What's up, people? I'm starting a new thing. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to iron this out as much as I can. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how many videos I make. If I make one, if I make six, who knows? Okay, so first off, we're going to say that this is called Losing My Religion. It's going to be a couple videos, maybe. We'll see. Okay, it's about religion. But it's not about religiousness. It's not about, you know, religion as people in normal sectors of the society think of religion. It's about what it should be as opposed to what everybody, to me and to a lot of other people, are making it into being. So we're gonna iron all that out, and hopefully this actually makes sense somewhere in the end. And everybody, doesn't like the word, and it's an old word, and it's annoying, and I don't like it. Okay, so we're gonna replace, in this whole video series, we're gonna replace the word sin, which is just an old biblical word that it's icky. Everybody doesn't like it. It's just old. Okay, we're gonna call that the just messing crap up. Okay, we're gonna say messing stuff up. Okay, because everybody, no one wants to be called, you know, a sinner. So that everybody has a problem with that, which, you'll see at the end that we're all in the same boat on that front. So yeah, you are, I am, I'm worse than three-quarters of the people that see this freaking video. So we're good. So we're gonna call it just the human thing to mess stuff up. Okay, we all have it, we all know it. I think if you're a human being, you know that you're messed up. You do stuff that's messed up to your wife, to your kids, to your co-workers. Your co-workers do it to you, your wife does it to you, your husband does it to you, whatever. Okay, your kids do it to you, whether they're 10 or 45. They're probably a jerk at some point. Okay, being a jerk, let's go call it that, whatever. Okay, so we're gonna call it that. We're gonna go, I got a couple of little card things here, so we're gonna go with starting off with, I had a like when I was 40, 41, I just quit my job. It was freaking horrible. It was like it was bad. I mean, I just wanted to drive my truck off a cliff 100%. I didn't like life. I didn't like anything I did. I didn't like coming home. I didn't like being at work. When you just don't like anything, it pretty much, life kind of sucks. So you do that. So I quit, got a little job at Coke, and that was cool. That was fun. Got me back on my feet a little bit, and that was nice. So then I got a job at this place called SGS, which is cool. That was nice because it was so relaxing as opposed to the hustle. I didn't have to be outside like my other job. I didn't have to be, I don't know, just had to trudge through the elements. I mean, I'm from Ohio, so it's, you have hot in the summer, but you also have the crappiness of winter, and being outside and working outside. If anybody knows he works outside, it sucks bad. So anyway, so that was that. And then, while I was 41, I don't know about it, just, life was just a different perspective. Everything was bad. 40, 41, everything was bad. It sucked. I mean, and I was bad. I was a complete a-hole to everybody around me. I'm surprised I have any friends left. I don't know how they even wanted to be around me anymore. I was a prick. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not a prick now. I probably am. But, I was just way worse. I think they understood where I was, so they kind of gave me a hall pass. I hope. That would be nice if they did. I mean, I think that's why. I didn't lose any of them, so they're still around. So it must not have. I mean, they forgave me, which is really good on their part because, we all know unforgiveness is it's the cancer that eats yourself up, not the other person that you're not forgiving. It consumes you the unforgiver, then the person doesn't even know that you did anything. Like, me, I don't even know that I did anything to them. I knew at the time, but I didn't, you don't know. And so that person holds a grudge against you, and I'm free as a dog. I don't care about what you're doing, and you hate my guts, and you're holding that inside. That yeah, that tears that person up, not you. So, I'm glad they let that go so they could actually get on with their lives and whatever. So anyway, everybody's journey to certain parts in their life look different, and in the last, like, let's say 2 years, mine's been different. Like, it's just not that anything changed, it's just I'm slowing down and seeing things from a different perspective, which is, everybody goes through those stupid, if I knew when I was 45, at 25, blah, but it's true. It's true as crap. So, you go through it and you go, man, I wish I knew this crap, but I wouldn't have listened at 25. I was in my own little world doing crap with who know who and you know what, and and all that stuff. So it was like I wouldn't have paid attention if God smacked me in the face. And he probably did a couple times, but I was just like, I woke up the next morning and said, ow, that hurt, and went about my business, So I didn't really pay attention to it. So, now when you look back on all that stuff, it's not that it's a waste of time. You go through your 20s, everybody's journey, everybody's life, and the road they take, the path they take is different. It looks different. You move from place to place. I'm saying place to place, like emotionally through your life at different speeds, different times. Some people are further along at 35 than people at 45. Maybe the people at 45 are figuring out, hey, this was stupid. The last 10 years have been really dumb. What the heck have I been doing? And then if a person at 35 is like nailing it, man, they're freaking knocking out of the park. They're doing stuff what they're supposed to be doing with their life. And the person at 45 goes, but that's also your journey. You weren't going to get it at 35. That's the thing. You would never have gotten it at 35. That's why you got it at 45. That's the part of life. That's where, I'm going to say, to losing my religion, but there is going to be talking about God and just a master plan for your life, and calm down because you're still here. So you still have stuff to do, regardless of what that looks like. And that's what we're going to kind of get into. Slow down, whatever, calm down. So this is what this is going to go. This has already been like 8 minutes, so I don't know how this is going to go. So we're going to talk about a couple other things. Everybody's journey looks different. Everybody's, what they're doing looks different. It's in a different time. It's in a different pace than everybody's. And I'm not saying that, going to school and being driven at 18 years old as opposed to, being what I am right now, which is very comfortable making, X amount of dollars, and I'm, 45 years old, and we have like 25, 26-year-old people at work that are like up and coming, and they have letters before their name and their PhD or whatever the heck they are. And that's cool. But being the older person, I'm like, hey, it matters, but it doesn't, in the long run, it doesn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, happiness in your job, going home and just relaxing. I mean, it wasn't relaxing, but just calming down and just having simple things. I mean, I am so, you could kind of chalk it up to being lazy, or you could chalk it up to being content. And we can argue that till we're blue in the face. But there's contentment. I just, it's a new perspective for me. There's a contentment. There's a contentment of just getting home, and not home, anywhere, whatever, off work. And you're just happy with where you are. You're not grasping for straws. You're not, you know, looking out for happiness on the outside somewhere. You're not looking at anything else. It's just being content with what you have, with where you're at. That's not saying not to be driven, but what are you content? Like there was I listened to something the other day and he said something like, if you can come up with one thing that, name one thing that would make you happier, like one thing. See whatever that is. And I honestly sat there and I couldn't even think of one thing. And it's not a bragging thing. It's just I couldn't think of one thing that would make me happier. Because my happiness isn't grounded in anything at all. 100%. It's not grounded. It's not linked to one thing. I'm 5'4", 5'5", okay? And the only thing I can think of would be to be like 6 foot. And I was thinking, but would that make me happier? I mean, what would that actually bring to my life, being 6 foot? It wouldn't bring me crap. I would be just me, but 6 foot. It might be a little skinnier, you know what I mean? But I mean, that was the only thing. So, ask yourself the question, what one thing would you say, now I'd be happy. It'd be awesome to have this one thing, more money, a better car, a better wife, which I thought about that one real hard, but I didn't think of that. It was okay. But a better husband, better kids, better parents, a parent that was around. Maybe your parents sucked balls, and you had a crappy freaking childhood and your parents were just crappy. They treated you like crap. Your home life at home for whatever was just crappy. I mean, people have that, and that's a part of their journey too, and a part of their, whatever. So, what would make you happy, my footages? What would make you happy? What would bring you happiness? Nothing? Or if you can name something really fast, like out of the box, like that fast, then you probably need to check that and see where you're putting your happiness. In things? In people? You know what I mean? If I had a husband, maybe you're single, or whatever. If I had a husband, if I had a wife, if I had a better job, if I had a vacation house in Malibu, whatever that answer to that question is, then it's not bad to strive for things or to want better things, but why do you want the better things? Because life is getting the most out of it, doing the most with it, getting the most out of it, being number one, having letters before your name, being number one, being top of the totem pole. For what reason? It doesn't, strive, do stuff, do good stuff with your life, but what is driving you? People's opinion, people's thought of you, like, oh, look at that person. I want to be friends with them because they're cool, because they, drive a cool car, or they have a cool house, or let's go be friends with, the owner of this company, because if I go be with them, or like name drop when you're, it's like, the part where, when you guys we're so horrible at this and we suck. It's horrible. It's so stupid. It's funny. When you go to some kind of party. I don't want to say cocktail party because that's just rich and bleh, it makes me want to freaking puke in my mouth. A cocktail party. But if you go to a party, you go to a get together and you don't know some of the people. And they all of a sudden, the guys, it's it's like, what do they say? It's like they're like a flexing. It's like a flexing freaking show for these guys. Oh, I manage 47,000 people, and they start dropping all the stuff that they are and what they do at work and how much they make and all this crap. And you're just like, there's a dude who's like the janitor, but he loves what he does, and he's just listening to these guys, and he's like, you guys are, who cares? I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. Like, that means nothing. That means you're putting your worth and your importance and importance in your life on that. And that's what I'm starting to understand is it's not bad to be driven. Be driven, but have the balance of knowing why you're driven. And don't let that consume what you're doing, because it's gonna, it'll ruin everything you do. I mean, everything you do. Whether you're a wife, okay, you'd be driven as a parent to want the best kid. Like Facebook. Facebook is, everybody knows me, knows that I just hate it, because all you do is check whether people like your crap. You post a picture and then you have 80 likes. Well, you post something and it only has 20 likes. It's so childish. And then you only has 20 likes, so then you feel bad about yourself. Or you're pissed at whoever doesn't give you a heart. Or you post stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's not good to gloat upon your kids, because it's great. When kids do stuff, it's great. It's great. You should be, doing stuff. But who cares if Jimmy was the star whatever on blah, blah, blah? Like, who cares? It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not saying I don't care, but it doesn't matter. Like, that's you just bragging. What I'm saying is you're putting your worth on the success of your kids. And it doesn't look that way, and you don't see it that way, but that's exactly what it is. You are putting your popularity up on Facebook on the success of your kid. You're a good parent. Your importance is, if my kid becomes the doctor of whatever, my kid gets a scholarship to blank university. When you put your importance, that's what I'm saying. It's so interwoven in everything. America, for one thing. I'm not saying not to do that stuff, whatever. But that's the importance. That's what you're putting. It's so empty. It's so empty. It's purposeless. I'm not going to be happy until I have one more blah 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 or whatever. It's so doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing that. Like, in the last 3 years, I'm seeing that. And I'm also seeing how, we're going to end this one here pretty soon. That's 20 minutes. So we're going to go with, this is part one. We're going to go with we go explain some other things, some like what we can do to try to, battle that. Because it is, with being, this isn't about religion, but it is. There is a God, there is a devil, and there's a temptation to be like, keep up with the Joneses, to keep up with the whoever, the neighbors, the whoever they are. It doesn't matter who it is. It's a contest. It's a pissing contest. The life is a pissing contest, and that's what it is. Who has the whatever? Some people have things, and it doesn't mean a crap to them, and they can have stuff, and they can go here and go there, and they are content, and they are just happy, and that's happy. But 90% of the people who have the things and do the things and strive for the things are not striving for the right reasons. Now, you could sit there and say I'm judging them, but ask them. They do all this crap and they have all this stuff, and ask them if they're happy. Talk to them and see. Talk to them and see. Like, you could tell that there's a grumpy ass freaking person. They're not even nice. Like, you don't even want to be by them. Like, every time you talk to them, it's what their kids are doing, or what they're what they just went and bought or whatever, and you're like, I don't care, dude. Like, or dudette, why are you trying to tell me, oh, you just got this, whatever? I don't care. It's not, I don't know. It's just not, they're not happy. And then they're like a grumpy ass person. They have all this crap, all these toys, all this, or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm saying this is everybody, not just, anybody that I know. It's bigger than that. It's huger than that. It's everywhere. And they're just an asshole. You have all this crap, but you're a jerk about it. I don't even want to talk to you. Why would I want to I mean, like, and then there's people that are like lower down the food chain of life who would like do everything they could to be a friend with that person. For what reason? Because I have a house in, a downtown apartment in Manhattan, or they're friends with a friend of a movie star, or, whatever. Like, that is so, it just doesn't, if that makes you happy, you just gotta take a step back and go, holy smokes. Like, I don't look at that person's life, because 90% of them are just a pissy, grumpy, underneath the surface of them having all this stuff, their life sucks balls. It just sucks. Like, they don't like themselves. Obviously, they don't, they don't like their situation, things like that. You just pay attention and watch. I mean, it's laughable. It's not laughable, because they're blind. They're blind to the fact that it doesn't mean crap. Contentment is so freeing, and so where you're just like, I'm good. I mean, I have a lot of stuff to do around my house. There's a lot of little things that I just need to get done. And it's fine, and I want to get maybe where I think we're going to get a pool this year or something like that. I don't know. So we'll see. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoys this. I'm going to have part 2, part 3. I don't know. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to go with more of maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, this is the first one. It's 22 minutes. That's not bad. So I'll cut it down a little bit. All right, you guys have a blessed day, and part 2 will be coming. Hopefully people watch this, and we'll see what happens. Everybody just chill out, calm down a little bit. Life isn't a race. What do they say? The only people that win a rat race is a rat. Right? Is that how it goes? Something like that. So I'm sick of being the rat, man. I mean, how I'm sick of being the rat. I'm trying to help all the other rats out there, because we're just running and running and running and running and ain't going nowhere. It's like a treadmill. I'm going somewhere, man. I'm going. Look at me running. And you're just sitting there and you ain't going nowhere. You're in the same spot. It's freaking funny how we think of it like that. All right. Well, you guys have a good one. All right, later.